Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Something Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson, presented by Bancorp South. Good weekend for the Golden Eagles. They traveled out to the West Texas town of El Paso, knocked off the UTEP Miners by a score of 34-7. And Jay, it was a good win, but maybe not the start you wanted. You get an early field goal off the opening drive of the ball game, but then they come down and are able to score on a couple of long runs to grab an early 7-3 lead.
I thought we started out good, had a good drive. Certainly had some good third down conversions in that drive, which I was pleased with, but we're unable to score, and give their running back credit. He's a really good football player. He made us miss and had a big play.
I know you said during the week, Aaron Jones, our outstanding running back, he's obviously a pro prospect, but that was kind of the key. You had to kind of keep him under control. Their running game overall kind of under control.
He's a dynamic football player. He reminds me a lot. You know, he's still got to get it done in the next, but he reminds me a lot of Ahmad Bradshaw. You know, I mean, the bottom line is he is an outstanding football player. He's one of those guys that when he touches it, you just kind of hold your breath. And he did a tremendous job, and again, it was a hard-fought game, but we knew he was a dangerous football player.
Offensively, what was working early for you that got you going a little bit?
Well, I think we had some good throws early. You know what I'm saying? We, of course, the throw to Alanzay, we hit him up the chute, which was really a big play, and got us deep down inside their territory. And Nick and DJ made a couple of nice throws, timing throws. DJ had a huge catch on third down that moved the chains for us, that allowed us to keep a drive alive. So I thought we threw the ball pretty well at times in the first half. Didn't run it as well in the first half as we liked to, but the second half I thought we ran the ball well.
Yeah, you're down 7-3, and it's kind of going on there midway through the second quarter, but you guys then catch fire. You hit the, I guess, 3 touchdowns there in the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first half that really kind of changed the game around.
Yeah, that was that last half, the second quarter was a critical part of the game, and again, we went in and scored. I think Nick and DJ had a completion, and I think Speedy had a turnover somewhere in there. I don't know if it was after the first touchdown or the second touchdown, which kind of got us the ball back on the plus side of the field, and we were able to capitalize and score points. So that was critical going in with a 17-point lead.
And the defense, other than those couple of runs that Aaron Jones had early in the ball game, really did a pretty good job of keeping their offensive attack under control.
I thought we played pretty well on defense. I thought, again, they had a dangerous running back, and you held your breath every time he touched the football. But I thought we played hard. I thought we tackled better. And certainly we got to keep growing and keep improving, but I was very pleased with that, the effort.
Probably the biggest play of the ball game, though, they're down there at halftime 24-7. They get the ball early in that third quarter, driving down. Looks like maybe they're going to get into the end zone, make it a 10-point ball game, but they throw the interception. Curtis Michael runs it back out of the end zone all the way back for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was a play that I was really proud of the defense, because we had a turnover on the punt return. So we give them the ball back on the plus side of the field, and our defense kind of bowed up there back against the wall, and that was just a huge play by Curtis Michael. Curtis picks it off and is able to go 100 yards for the score, and definitely a huge momentum swing.
I know you've said time and time again, you got some nice depth there on the defensive side, but Curtis is almost like a starter. He plays so much, and 2 interceptions in the ball game that really were big plays.
Yeah, Curtis plays hard. He practices hard. He's a playmaker, and just again, he was our player of the week this week on defense, and we consider ourselves to have 3 starters at corner, because he's a guy that can come in and we're not going to miss a beat.
They were an offensive football team that had been struggling a little bit, but they did a lot of good things. But you guys seemed to rise to the occasion every time they tried to get something going.
Yeah, well, we knew going in. They moved the ball well their first game against Texas. They actually moved the ball well, and we knew the running back. He had made big plays, and had a couple big long runs and a touchdown run against Texas. And the week before they played Army, but Army with the flex bone, they kind of controlled the ball and really just didn't give their offense many chances. So we knew that they're a dangerous team on offense. Their running back is a guy that can really make you pay, and he did in the first quarter to us. So we were very conscious of that, and our guys played hard, and they had pretty good gap integrity the whole game.
Had some good things in the special teams. Tyler Saracen, really good job of kicking off. Parker Schoenfield got an opportunity for a couple of field goals and knocked those through. A couple of miscues there on the return game.
Well, I thought we had some positives on the return game. Alanzay had a nice return down the sideline, and we had we had some good blocking there, but again, we just can't. We got to eliminate the turnovers. But I thought there were a lot more positives this week, and we just got to continue to get better.
That was the Golden Eagles and the UTEP Miners last Saturday night out at the Sun Bowl in El Paso. Let's go back and take a look at all the highlights.
Mullins drops to throw, steps up in the pocket. Over the middle, pass caught by Robertson. He's going to get the first down as he carries it out to near the 40-yard line. Mullins takes the snap, drops quickly, throws over the middle. That one's going to be caught by Julian Allen, the tight end. He's got a first down and more. Mullins takes a snap, drops to throw over the middle. Got a man that's going to be caught by Staggers. He's going to take it down to near the 14-yard line. Snap back and down, kick on the way, plenty long enough, and that one's going to be good. Mullins looks right, pump fakes, still looking, comes back over the middle, got a man caught by Holmes, who goes down around the 40-yard line. Greenlee up under center, takes the snap and hands it off in the backfield. There's another tackle for a loss for the Golden Eagles as Dylan Bradley was able to get in there that time and make the tackle. Play action fake. Nick under pressure. Going to throw it up the middle. Got a man caught by DJ, and he hung on. He took a shot. Payne in motion out of the backfield. Hand off to, nope, Nick's going to, he gets it to Ito. Ito around the right side. Sidesteps a tackler. Bumped out of bounds around the 35. Smith in motion, right to left down the backfield. Mullins throws it into the end zone. The comebacker caught for a touchdown. Touchdown Southern Miss. DJ Thompson put on the brakes, a little comebacker, and Mullins put it right there. The Golden Eagles have regained the lead. Handoff Jones, tries the right side. He got pushed back by the Golden Eagle. That's a 2-yard loss. And Greenlee takes the snap, backpedals to throw, under pressure. Oh, he's going to be sacked. Couple of Golden Eagles got him back inside the 15-yard line, led by Dylan Bradley. So Mullins all by himself back there. Mullins takes the snap, backpedals to throw, throws underneath, caught by Ito. Ito at the 20, cuts to the outside, breaks a tackle. Ito at the 10, he's going to score. Touchdown Southern Miss. What a nifty catch and run by Ito Smith. The Golden Eagles get the punt return from Staggers, and on the very first play go underneath the Ito Smith, a 28-yard touchdown run. He takes the snap, backpedals to throw, fires up the field. That's over everybody's head. Tipped and intercepted by the Golden Eagles. Falling down out there playing center field for the Golden Eagles. They get the interception. Mullins takes the snap, looking to throw, sits in the pocket, fires long down the field, got a man, and a diving, leaping catch made by the Golden Eagles. Mullins takes a quick snap, throws it left side, caught out there by the Golden Eagles. That's a touchdown Southern Miss. They found over the left side Staggers. He just walks into the end zone, had a blocker out in front of him. Greenlee out of the shotgun is going to hand it on a draw play to Jones. Dylan Bradley got him in the backfield and dropped him for a 4-yard loss. How about DB? Greenlee up under center. They're in kind of a bunched formation. They give it to Jones. He got hit. And didn't get anything. Greenlee takes the snap, plants it fake, looks to throw under pressure, throws it into the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by the Golden Eagles. They've got it headed down the right sidelines. Here comes Curtis Michael. Michael down the right sidelines. He's going to go all the way, folks. That's a Golden Eagle touchdown. 100-yard touchdown on the interception return by Curtis Michael. Great pressure up front.
You know, credit the pressure up front for the Golden Eagles and allowing the quarterback to just throw an errant pass. He just throws a jump ball in the end zone, and Michael just gets underneath it, catches it, runs the other way, 100 yards. Unbelievable. Great play. Nice touchdown.
And they'll take the snap. Metz looking to throw under pressure over the middle. Batted away by Denarius Antoine. Now is going to hand it back to the deep back Wadley, who got just back to the line of scrimmage. The ball came loose out of there, and it's still loose. And did the Eagles get it? I think the Eagles got on top of it. They did. Sayers in a hole, back down, kick on the way, plenty long enough, and it's going to be good. So Parker Schoenfeld's got his second field goal of the night. Ito right there along his right hip. Hand off Ito up the right side. Big hole. Ito at the 50, the 45. Cuts to the outside. Bangs a tackler down and goes out of bounds. Down around the 35-yard line. And the Golden Eagles going to win it tonight 34-7 over the UTEP Miners. Eagles going to improve to 3-1 on the year. UTEP going to fall to 1-3.
You're watching Southern Miss Sports Today with Jay Hopson. Brought to you by Bancorp South, right where you are. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. The City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, visit ups.com/solvers to find out more.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Welcome back, everybody. Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson, presented by Bancorp South. Well, the Golden Eagles getting ready to return to action this weekend when they host the Rice Owls, and one of the guys who will be one of the keys for the Golden Eagles is our special guest today as we focus in on a Golden Eagle senior, that senior offensive lineman Brandon Farmer out of Harrison Central High School down in Gulfport. And Jay, here's a guy that's been around, played a lot of football for the Golden Eagles. So what's he mean to this team?
Brandon's an outstanding young man. I tell you, he's a guy that is a very conscientious player. He does things right. He's one of those guys that's very consistent. You know, his assignments, he always is a guy that is diligent in what he's doing, and he's just a joy to coach, you know, and he's a guy that just has been a big part of the success around here at Southern Miss.
Been a good student as well for the Golden Eagles, but just a great guy, fun guy to be around. I mean, he's always a positive guy.
He is. He's just an outstanding young man, and again, you can't take credit for that as a coach. That goes back to mom and dad, you know. But again, he's a joy to be around, and just a great kid.
And a guy who early on in his career was kind of a backup guy, but now in that starting lineup and really playing well for you up there.
He's been a key. You know, we have a lot of seniors up front on our offensive line, and those guys all play well together. And he's been a solid key to the guys up front. You know, been around, got a lot of snaps, and you know, Brandon's a very smart football player, and he's a guy that again has done a tremendous job for us.
Always a lot of fun to be around. One of the great leaders on this Golden Eagle football team. So let's spend a few moments and go back and visit up close and personal with Golden Eagle senior Brandon Farmer.
That's by me growing up. Southern Miss has always been on my radar. I watched Southern Miss since I was a young child, and they're not far from home, so there was always pretty much in my backyard. And when I was making my visits, I had a couple of visits, and I was known as a sleeper prospect. I wasn't picked up by a big school. They didn't really look at me too much. But Southern Miss has always been somewhere that I've always looked at, and it's always been somewhere that I've always considered. And when they gave me a scholarship to come here, of course I accepted it. When I came on my visit, I felt the love, I felt the brotherhood. I love tradition. Since I've been here, I've never regretted my decision since I've been here. My dad, he's from the coast also. He played football and he wanted to come here. Unfortunately, he didn't get the scholarship. He didn't get the opportunity that I did. But we've always watched Southern Miss football games. While I was playing, I've always looked up to Southern Miss. I came to a couple games, especially when I was recruited. I came to a couple, and I just love the atmosphere, and I love the electricity that was on the field, and I just want to be a part of that, and I got the opportunity to come here. Coming to Southern Miss was more of a humbling experience for me. I feel like coming from a 6A football team, I feel like I guess I was the big dog when I was there, but coming here, I was a little pup in a, in a little kettle. It just, to me, it felt like it had to humble me. It set me down. It made me sit back and think to myself, like, everybody on this team can play. In high school, you had a couple people that could play, and everybody else was just there. But coming to Southern Miss, everybody was great athletes. Everybody had a future. Everybody came here because they were the best players on their team. And it made me actually work harder, maybe want to become a better player, a better student athlete. And just by coming here, it made me become a better man in general. And I'm glad I came here for all that. Well, more than any other position on the field, I have to count on my brothers beside me. No matter if it's quarterback or running back or linebacker, it's more of an individual position. To play an offensive line, it's more about teamwork. I have to have the person beside me playing their best game while I'm playing my best game. We have to have that connection on the field and off the field. And that's why most of the time you probably see us going out to eat or spend a lot of time together, because that connection and camaraderie that we need, like you see it on the field. And if we didn't have that connection, then we won't be able to make the plays and be able to make the executions that you see in the game. As of right now, going to the next level is the dream. And I'm a communication studies major. And as of right now, I do have a job offer to be a sales representative for Hershey's chocolate. And I feel like that's been a job, career choice of mine that I want to do for a couple of years. I feel like it's something that I'm good at. I feel like it's something that would be a great fit for me. And so unless God's willing and let me go to a league, that'll be my next move. I feel like people were going to be saying that Southern Miss explosiveness is still there. It's probably even better. I feel like last year was just a little sample of what's coming up. I feel this year we're going to blow up and we're going to be better than we were last year. I guarantee it.
Thank you so much for this prestigious award. I would like to thank my friends and family.
Hey, it's time for your homework.
Coming, Mama. As I was saying, I would also like to thank my educators for all they've done with me. Without them, I couldn't do anything.
And the winner of the first place award for small cities is Hattiesburg, Mississippi for the Education Initiative.
What are you doing back there, Haley?
Feeling like a winner.
Sophie, his 13th birthday. Gift, we've got you. Guitar, coming tomorrow. Road game today, surprise party tomorrow. Change of plans. Game tomorrow.
No, birthday tomorrow.
Guitar, reroute.
Birthdays are on birthdays.
Party, relocate. UPS My Choice makes rerouting packages easy. How we're helping companies solve for the needs of customers like Sophie.
I think what I've learned over the last 16 years in this profession and coming from being a student athlete myself is that it doesn't matter where you are, what school you work at, the resources that you have, whether you're in a Power 5 conference or not. It's all about the people that you work with and about the resources that even if limited, you maximize the potential of what you have with what you're working with. I think making sure that you're working with a staff who has the same passion for student athletes is very key in wanting to help these student athletes grow and mold them into being productive once they graduate. And not hand-holding, not babysitting, but giving them the true tools to be successful after they've received their college diploma. The benefit is that you are going to have some that are going to go off to the next level and get a chance to play professional sports. But as we all know, that is short-lived for most. And so we want to make sure that we are helping facilitate growth and development within the Office of Academics and just making sure that we're teaching them the tools to be successful. I think for me, it's being a little more intuitive of the population that you're working with and that it's not a 7 to 4 or an 8 to 5 job. I think in order for your student athletes to trust you and work for you, they've got to know that you buy into what they're doing, and they may be academically challenged or they may be academically gifted. But one thing or another that the true piece of the puzzle is that they want you to know that they buy in. A lot of the student athletes, we're probably one of the 3 to 4 people that they spend most of their time with. You've got your trainers, you've got your position coaches or your head coaches, and then you've got the academic staff. And I think what has made me successful over the last 16 years is truly buying into my population and taking a passionate interest in what they're doing, where they come from, what their struggles are, and getting to know them. And not just, hey, here's what you've got to do today, here's where you stand from an academic standpoint, here's what you've got to do to be eligible, get it done. It takes someone who truly loves their job and loves what they do and loves helping young people to be successful in this business. And so creating an atmosphere where there's a team effort and that we're not on an island all by ourselves, and that it's okay to ask for help, it's okay to ask questions, and to buy into what their students are doing. The Favre Academic Excellence Center, we're very excited about and can't wait to break ground on and be able to move into it. It'll just open up a ton of more space for us to be able to do what we're currently doing, but on a larger scale. It'll give the student athletes a place that they can come and feel comfortable in to study, to meet with us, and just be something that they're very proud of. You know, I can hear them walking across campus now, a year from now, 2 years from now, saying, hey, I'm going to the Favre Center to study, or I'm going to the Favre Center to do this, to meet with my academic counselor. So I just think it was one of the reasons that helped me decide to take this job, knowing that I would be part of a brand new academic facility going up for student athletes, and being able to be a part of that and watching it grow and just help culminate the student athletes into the excitement of where we're going and where we're headed academically.
Anytime you beat Alabama, I don't care where it is, what kind of year they've had, who's coaching them, it's you're doing something special. And no one gave us a lot of chance, rightfully so. We haven't had much success at Alabama before, only a few times, and since a few times. But we, you know, I didn't think I would be able to come back and play. And I'm not even talking about that game in particular, that season, and just work diligently to come back. And you know, the thing about that game that I remember is that we won in spite of how I played, which was great. I think I threw for 100, 110, 120 yards, whatever, nothing special. But we overcame that, and I think that was the great thing about that game, is that collectively it was an unbelievable effort by everyone, and proved that we could do it.
And once again, back on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson, presented by Bank Corp South. We're going to talk about what's coming up for the Golden Eagles in just a minute. But Jay, just a few minutes ago, a feature on academics at Southern Miss and the future of the academics with the Jeff Bauer Center for Academic Excellence, all kinds of neat things. But academics is so important. I know that's number one on your list. You want these guys to take care of business in the classroom and walk out of here with that degree.
Well, and it's fitting that it is the Jeff Bauer Academic Center, because I think that's something that Coach Bauer talked about on a daily basis, and it's something that we try to emphasize on a daily basis. You know, it's their life, and I think our young men understand that only 1% or maybe less than 1% are going on to the next level in the NFL, and so what you want them to be as a football coach, you know, your job is to win games, but the reality, you want them to be successful when they're 45 and 50. And I think that's something that, you know, we try to emphasize every day. And our young men, They work hard. They work hard in our academics and athletics, and we're fortunate, and what we're trying to do is give them everything they need to be successful in that phase, which is really saying, hey, we want to give you everything to be successful in life.
And I know when you talk to potential recruits, I mean, that's number one on your list. That's what you're telling moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas that you want those guys to accomplish.
That's right. Mom, dad, they all want their young man to be successful in life, and we know that's the key ingredient to have a successful academic program. And we're doing a great job there, giving these young men the best of the best.
All right, Rice Owls are rolling in this weekend to the Rock. Before we talk about them specifically, we're also honoring the 20th year anniversary of the 1996 team that shared the original, the first Conference USA championship. Guys like Lee Roberts and Carr Shannon and Jeff Posey, a lot of great guys, and that's always fun to bring teams like that back.
It's great. I tell you, it's great for our players to see those guys too. And as we talk about the tradition of Southern Miss football, those are guys that laid the groundwork for everything. Lee's around all the time. We get to see Lee. Saw Jeff came out to practice last week and gave a great message to our players. But it's great to see those guys, and we want them all back in Hattiesburg. And I always say, whether they played in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, we want those players around our football players so they can understand the tradition and the pride of Southern Miss football. And I think it's a tradition that's so strong, and it goes back so many years, and it's just fun to have former players around the building, out at practice, and again, they're welcome anytime, any place, anywhere. We're waiting on them.
Rice, they're off to, they're struggling here at the beginning. They lost a heartbreaker in overtime the other night to North Texas, but this is a talented Rice ball club. They've got some weapons on both sides of the ball.
They do, again, and they've played a tough schedule. Certainly, a very good football team. They're a football team that, played Baylor strong. They came out with lost an overtime game last week, North Texas, and they've had some tough games, tough competition, but a very good football team.
How would you describe what they want to try to do offensively and defensively?
Well, again, they're probably not as multiple in personnel groupings as some of the teams we've seen, but they're probably more multiple in what they do out of their personnel groupings. So we've got to be ready to play. We know it's going to be a tough game, and we got to get prepared.
All right, Hop. Well, congratulations on the win at UTEP. Let's go get another one this weekend.
Appreciate it.
All right, the Golden Eagles and the Rice Owls, 6 o'clock kickoff at the Rock on Saturday night. And again, the 96 Conference USA Championship team going to be on hand at the Rock to be a part of the ceremonies on that particular night. So that's it. We'll see you on Saturday. We'll see you next week here on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Jay Hopson. Don't forget, Monday nights we're at Georgia Blue for the Golden Eagle Hotline with Coach Hopson. So come on out, join us, and we'll talk a little Golden Eagle football. Have a great week, everybody. See you next time with another inside look into Southern Miss football.